With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. But this, there's no making sense of it. Nope, there is no making sense of it. John Podesta is running his mouth again, and of course, it's everybody else's fault. But the big one now is he's accusing alt-right media of being on Russia's payroll. In other words, they can't fight with facts. They can't discuss with civility. So they go to their old bag of tricks, the rules for radicals. And they make wild accusations to try to silence you. And that's exactly what it is. They're trying to silence. Nothing more, nothing less. It's pretty easy to see what's going on just by looking at it. I mean, he's accusing Sean Hannity of being on the Russian payroll. And this is the crap that people got tired of. And this is why Hillary lost. One of the many reasons why Hillary lost. People are tired of this. Man's just sitting there spinning conspiracy theories. And And the only one that I believe it's actually going to hurt is the Democrat Party, because they're looking like a bunch of nut jobs, spinning conspiracy theories and attacking free speech. And they've been doing it a lot lately. Media Matters is just attacking any conservative to silence them. They can't win with facts, so what do? They got to silence everybody. It's absolutely amazing. You want to talk about Russia and Russia tactics? There you go. They're trying to silence people. Why? Because they can't win with us speaking. And that's what it comes down to. They can't win with us speaking, so they got to try to silence us. And they have to get us off the air, because they can't do what we do. Because if they could, they would have. The tactic is so simple and easy. Even someone like me can see what they're doing. They can see the silencing of free speech and spinning this conspiracy theory. I mean, Jesus Christ, yesterday we had hearings and it kept being told, God knows how many different ways, there's no evidence. Some people are convinced, but there's no evidence. Here's a little dumb fact I found out, and this is not... we need to put in a law, but actually colluding with Russians during an campaigning isn't illegal. There's actually no laws that I know of. Not saying it's right. We need to put some laws in there to make sure that it's illegal. I was like, holy shit, when I heard about that. I haven't looked deep into it, but that's true. That's a big oversight. Now, during this interview with John Podesta with the Washington Post, he cited the participation, the support of the alt-right media, naming guys like Sean Hannity and disgusting Newt Gingrich for helping spread fake news to hurt Democrats. The fake news that he talks about is his leak.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
It's 2025, a new year, and the perfect time to turn your business dreams into reality. Maybe you've been tossing around a great idea, but haven't acted yet. Well, Shopify is how you're going to make it happen. Shopify makes it simple to create your brand, open for business, and make your first sale. With thousands of customizable templates, you don't need coding or design skills. Just drag, drop, and go. Plus, Shopify's social media tools help you connect all your channels and create shoppable posts so you can sell everywhere your customers scroll. Managing your business is easy too. From shipping to taxes to payments, Shopify handles the details on a single dashboard, letting you focus on what really matters, growing your business. Established in 2025 has a nice ring to it.
Emails that were proven to be true. He specifically criticized Hannity and Newt Gingrich for asking questions about DNC staffer Seth Richards' murder and whether or not it had connections with WikiLeaks. Podesta explained that it was one more example how the Russians were very active in propagating and distributing fake news, working with these alt-right sites in conjunction with them. He also cited an ecosystem created by Russians that raised the social media profile of articles that were damaging to Democrats. I give the guy credit. He goes with a nut job theory, and he sticks with it. Majority of Americans don't believe this bullshit. There's no evidence, but he just keeps blaming away. Why? Because if not, they'd be looking at him and Hillary. The two main reasons why the Democrats failed. Hillary Clinton and John Podesta. Sorry. He then pointed out that legitimate sites like Washington Post and New York Times suffered as other alt-right websites got more traction during the election. Now, more people started paying attention to the bullshit that the Washington Post and New York Times was spewing. They got to discredit or try to discredit and silence the opposing speech. It's the only way they can win, people. They got to silence us. I don't know how many different ways I have to say it, but that is what Democrats do. They can't win, so they got to silence. It's sad. It's truly sad. Podesta blamed websites in the United States for publishing emails from Macron during the French presidential election to influence the outcome. Well, what about Obama running his mouth, trying to influence the outcome? We never hear about that. How about Obama sticking his nose in Israel's elections? He runs with it and tries to make it a global conspiracy. The first reports of them came from the U.S. alt-right site back into France. This is a global phenomenon. He praised the French media for helping censor the information to stop it from damaging Macron's campaign. Yeah, censor information. Censor the truth. That's real great. Now, if anybody tried to do it to the Democrats, they would freak the fuck out. He suggested American media should have done the same things with his leaked emails. Oh, we should have hid your illegal activity, is what you're saying. You're trying to change the subject because you don't want to talk about the content of your emails. And he's sitting there, he's talking that the U.S. mainstream press was more interested in the gossip. Mainstream media didn't fucking talk about his emails. They ignored them. Podesta warned the media about Russia's effort to use the emails to hurt Democrats. Criminals usually come up with bullshit reasons to try to cover up their activities. And that's exactly what Podesta is doing. He suggested that the media should have helped the Clintons campaign fuel the Russian angle instead of reporting on his email. They tried it. It failed, Podesta. The man is a whining, sniveling little bitch that has to make up stories to cover up his failures. How about the fact that he's under investigation for failing to report financial records of his involvement in Russian government businesses? Oh, he doesn't want to talk about that now, does he? He describes the period of leaks as the Soviet days, gripped that the low burn of email stories helped revive questions about Clinton's own private emails. Well, it should, because she ran an illegal email server. All right, you want to say the old Soviet days? Well, the way you're trying to silence free speech and the Democrats are trying to silence free speech, that's really reminding me of the old days of the beginning of the Nazi Party, when they would hold all the violence to stop opposing politicians from speaking. How they would silence opposing speech. That's exactly what the left is doing. This is a new low even for CNN. CNN terrorism analysts suggest possibility of a right-wing false flag plot and Manchester bombing. The left just keeps going lower and lower and spewing more conspiracy theories. That's all they have. I don't agree when I hear that crap coming out from the right. And I sure as hell ain't going to put up with it from the left. Monday, as the news developing about the Manchester terror bombing after the completion of an Ariana Grande concert, CNN terrorism analyst Paul.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Hey there, Ryan Reynolds here. It's a new year, and you know what that means. No, not the diet. Resolutions. A way for us all to try and do a little bit better than we did last year. And my resolution, unlike big wireless, is to not be a raging and raise the price of wireless on you every chance I get. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited. See mintmobile.com for details.
Krutschank, whatever, laid out for host Anderson Cooper the likelihood the explosion was the result of a suicide bomber motivated by radical Islam extremists. However, Paul did say it must be noted there have been a number of false flag plots orchestrated by right-wing extremists in Europe. These are the days that I'm embarrassed to be an American. You have those on the left that are screaming, we can't talk about terrorism right now because they don't want to politicize what's going on. But yet they just did. They politicize all the time on the miseries and backs of others. This was a sick attempt at covering up radical Islamic terrorism. And that's what CNN has been doing, trying to cover it up, trying to soften it. They don't want to solve it. They want to ignore it. This jackass went on to say, well, obviously a suicide bomber, that would be the hallmark of an Islamic terrorist plot attack. So they'll be looking in that direction tonight if they indeed do confirm there was a suicide bomber involved. Their eyewitness interviews in the last few minutes on BBC radio talking about what they're describing as nuts all over the floor. And that would be consistent with a kind of shrapnel-type device, which we've seen groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS encourage the recruits to build. So that's the only way this is pointing tonight. We cannot conclude that for sure at this stage. We are going to have to wait for police to tell us much more in the hours ahead. But given the fact that they're looking into this real possibility, and it is there would appear some evidence that this is a suicide bombing that certainly takes you down the Islamic terrorist direction. It must also be noted that in recent months in Europe, there have been a number of false flag plots where right-wing extremists have tried frame Islamists for terrorism. We have seen that in Germany in recent weeks, but a suicide bomber does take you down the direction of Islamic terror. Beezy's axiom, the longer it takes for them to identify the assailant, the greater the chance that it's a Muslim. I don't see any other religious group at this time running around blowing people up. Does this mean all Muslims are bad? No. I'm not going to say that. Let's also look at the numbers. And it was like something like 7% of Germans were Nazis at the beginning. That's a very low number. And it's about the same number of the extremists. Now, people still condemn Germany for its actions of a few. Here in America, we go after gun owners. Like every gun owner is a mass shooter. But we have terrorist groups that are out there saying that they're at war with us in the name of their Muslim religion. But we can't put two and two together. Well, 2 and 2 equals 4. You scream that you're doing it in the name of the Muslim religion, whether it's one sect or another, just as David Koresh and all those other nut jobs. They did it in the name of Christianity, a perverted version, no less. But they did it in the name of Christianity. And all of Christianity took a black eye on that. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Morning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. France's interior minister says that the suicide bomber who targeted Manchester is believed to have traveled to Syria and had proven links with the Islamic State group. Gerald Colombe, I have no idea, said on BFM television Wednesday that British and French intelligence have information that British-born attacker Salman Abedi had been to Syria. He did not provide details and said it is unclear whether Abedi was part of a larger network of attackers. The Interior Minister, who spoke with British Prime Minister Theresa May after the attack at Ariana Grande concert that killed 22, said the two countries should continue cooperating closely on counterterrorism effort despite Britain's pending exit from the European Union. With France still under a state of emergencies after a string of ISIS attacks, French President Macron is holding a special Security Council meeting Wednesday. We have to find a balance between personal freedoms and safety. There are so many people here in the United States. 6 out of the last 7 ISIS-related attacks, ISIS-inspired, had been under investigation. Now, I understand we just can't start arresting these people. I agree. I am not saying that. But there's got to be a balance where we can protect people better against these people that are being investigated. Maybe, I don't know what the answer is, to be honest. I don't know what the answer is. But we got to do something. Doing the same thing over and over again is not good. It's not going to wind up on the right end of history. Katy Perry, have you heard her dumbass? No barriers, no borders. All we just need to coexist is love. Yeah. When you live in that security bubble like they do. I could see how they would lose their minds and make comments like that. There is a musician and songwriter in Britain. He wrote a letter. Theresa May says such attacks will not break us, but her own life is lived in a bulletproof bubble, and she evidently does not need to identify any young people today in Manchester morgues. And we have that with our own politicians and the Democrats. They live in this security bubble. Let one of these politicians, something happen to them from an ISIS attack. Let them feel vulnerable for a second. And you're going to see this problem with ISIS end quick and easy. they're in a bubble. And they're not at danger. So they don't have this. They may go out there and say the words, but a lot of them are just chain-talking monkeys. Republican and Democrat and independent alike. They're in that little bubble, and they don't really give a shit about us peon, and that's Republican and Democrats alike. The heck? John McCain calls Mike Pence an asshole on live TV. I gotta see if this is true. I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on. Damn it. Trying to get to this damn page. Yeah, I'm having trouble getting to the page. I'm starting to wonder. It might be a bullshit article. All right, let me try this again. There we go. Now I'm getting in it. All right, I just got to find the damn video. Fucking pop-ups galore.
Well, good morning, all.
Oh, these those anti-war pink-wearing pussies.
Could I ask our Capitol Police to help restore order here? You know, could someone find out where the Capitol Police is?
You know what? If the news would stop giving them any type of political or media, they'd stop interrupting. Yeah. In the name of the people that are chilly. I mean, what about the people that are warm or hot? Fucking idiots. They just want to disrupt.
I'd like to say to my colleagues that I've been a member of this committee for many years, and I have never seen anything as disgraceful and outrageous and despicable as the last demonstration that just took place about, you're going to have to shut up or I'm going to have you arrested. If we can't get the Capitol Hill police in here immediately, get out of here, you low-life scum. So, Henry, I hope you will. Dr. Kissinger, I hope on behalf of all of the members of this committee on both sides of the aisle, in fact, from all of my colleagues, I'd like to apologize for allowing such disgraceful behavior towards a man who served his country with the greatest distinction. I apologize profusely.
Okay, that didn't make sense. That had nothing to do with the headline. Yep, bait and switch. A lot of those sites running around. Sorry about that. But it was fun when listening to him insult these idiots that in the pink. I can't remember the name of their group. Washington Times is running an article. I guess Obama admin sent taxpayer money to campaign to oust Netanyahu. That's where Obama interfered with Israel's election. It's sickening the Democrats anymore. The rhetoric. Now what we have to worry about. But it's not uncommon to hear some of the rhetoric, especially after an attack, for the threats to go on. ISIS supporters vow to shake the West following Manchester terrorist massacre. Now, this isn't a challenge to them, but this isn't the first time they've made threats like that after an attack. And nothing's come about. I hope that hopefully that is a trend that stays going. It's the ISIS sympathizers and militants celebrated last night's deadly terrorist massacre at a crowded concert in Manchester, England, with jihadists vowing to continue the onslaught against the West. Islamic State claimed that a soldier of the caliphate planted bombs in the middle of a crusaders gathering, apparently taking credit for the carnage. Access to a correspondence post in a closed chat group that utilized the encrypted Telegram messaging service. The chat group serves as an internal Twitter of sort for ISIS jihadis and sympathizer, and it has been used in the past to issue ISIS communications. A militant named Abu Ayman Alamani, I don't know, the German, wrote, "Thanks to Allah who allowed this achievement of the Mujahideen. We all believers in Allah, that our brother, the supporters, and the Mujahideen, whatever that frig, however you say that, are those who committed the attack among the infidels. We swear to Allah that the infidel country in the West won't have the luxury of security. This is a godly promise, and this is the promise of the Mujahideen. The future will prove to you that you are the countries of hearsay. You will see this and not only hear it. An account titled Muslim Justice wrote, Allah is great, Allah is great. We will shake the infidels and criminal regime. We will destroy the rulers, the rule of those who abandon Islam. A reference to Arab leaders. Allah is great. This is a call that will rise high on the horizon, and we will yet defeat the cross in the country of infidels. I noticed something very common there. Allah is great, Muslim, Allah is great, Muslim, but they're not Muslim. They need to take a little lesson from Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda realized that they screwed up with their attack on the U.S. for 9/11. They now admit that was a wholehearted mistake. I think this attack in Manchester is going to be a mistake. Hopefully it wakens the true spirit of England. The British might that it once was. Their children were targeted and attacked by these sick bastards. And needs to be responded accordingly. They need to jump in the fight like they haven't done in a long time. Their children have been attacked. I can't put it any other way. And I think this might be a moment, I'm hoping this might be the moment that ISIS goes, shit, we shouldn't have done that. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business? didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Now, this next article, I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to see if there's a audio with this. See if it works. Come on.
Let's bring back Senator Chris Murphy of the Foreign Relations Committee.
Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat Senator Chris Murphy.
ISIS is in fact responsible for this terror blast. What does that tell you about their capability to strike targets abroad despite some recent setbacks in Iraq and Syria?
Well, I think that's an important point. We've been celebrating the fact that we've had success in pushing ISIS out of their strongholds in the Middle East, Mosul, and hopefully soon to be Raqqa. But given the fact that they can use online recruitment to push a lone wolf attacker into something like this, shows you how lethal they still are. And it means that we've got to have a comprehensive whole of government approach to stopping ISIS. It can't just be about a military campaign in the Middle East. And I think we have to learn some lessons from Europe. The fact of the matter is, in many countries in Europe, England included, Muslims suffer a de facto segregation, which sometimes allows for these...
De facto segregation. They segregate themselves. They will not... They do not want anybody coming in third neighborhoods. They have the no-go sections. De facto segregation. This man is so full of shit, it's not even funny. This man is... Oh, my God. Hang on. Damn bored. This man has lost touch with reality. That it's almost sickening.
De facto segregation. They're the ones that refuse to assimilate into the culture. Muslims are the ones that set up no-go sectors. Oh, my God.
Sometimes allows for these perversions of Islam, this radicalization to take root. And we have to make sure that we don't allow that to happen here. So we have to have a full, comprehensive approach to stopping ISIS and not focus only on the military campaign in the Middle East.
Do you believe, Senator, that the attacker deliberately targeted this concert in Manchester because it featured an American performer? Some have suggested that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not been briefed on this attack yet. All I know is that ISIS has designs on bringing the fight to us here in the United States, which is why we have got to complement this military strategy.
They have been taking the fight to us here in the United States. You flaming moron. You and your Democrat Messiah, Obama, sat back for 8 years doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ignored what was going on in the world. And now, they're going to bring the fight to us. They've been bringing the fight to us, you jackass. God, can we do brain transplants with idiots like this? What a window licker.
Strategy with increased intelligence sharing with Europe, and a commitment to try to stop giving ISIS recruiters recruitment fodder. And so many of us are worried about some of the rhetoric of the Trump administration.
Oh, you mean recruitment fodder like Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Obama? They are the ones that have been stars of the ISIS recruitment.
Because we worry that that combined with robust online recruitment might end up in an attack like this happening in the United States.
Which raises the question, do you believe American counterterrorism officials are prepared for similar attacks?
Let me back this up for a second.
Because we worry that sharing with Europe and a commitment to try to stop giving ISIS recruiters recruitment fodder. And so many of us are worried about some of the rhetoric of the Trump administration because we worry that combined with robust online recruitment might end up in an attack like this.
So he's worried about Trump rhetoric could lead to an attack like Manchester in the United States. So then you do blame Obama for the... How many attacks did we have in the United States? You blame Obama and his rhetoric and his failure to do anything. I love how now we're going to try to blame a president when ISIS was created because of Obama and Hillary Clinton's failures, because the Democrat failures. They created ISIS. And now, and then, they want to try to blame everybody else. Chris Murphy is a window-licking, helmet-wearing moron. Trying to, and I love how they're trying to paint this on Trump. And there's been several Democrats out there running their mouths trying to blame Trump for this, when it was their great God Obama who created through his failures. It boggles my mind. And it's still, the fact of the matter is, in many countries in Europe, England included, Muslims suffer a de facto segregation. They segregate themselves. That shows how little of the intel, how little this moron knows about the situation. And if the announcer, Wolf Blitzer, had a fucking brain cell, he would have said something. He would have pointed out that it is the Muslims who segregate themselves. They're always blaming everybody else, and this is the Democrats making excuses for ISIS. They're making excuses for little kids being murdered. And that's what Chris Murphy does. Senator Chris Murphy, jackass extraordinaire. Let's finish what else this jackwagon has to say.
Happening in the United States.
Which raises the question, do you believe American counterterrorism officials are prepared for similar attacks here in the United States outside that security perimeter, let's say at a stadium or at some sort of concert?
Well, I think we have to be honest with ourselves. When all it takes is one deranged individual with a bomb strapped to their body to create so much destruction, we can never be 100% protected as a country. And, you know, we do need to remember here in the United States that there have only been on average a couple people a year who are killed in terrorist attacks. You are much more likely in this country over the last 10 years to have been killed by a falling object than you are by terrorism. So I think we want to right-size the threat here in the United States while recognizing that we all need to step up our efforts to make sure that something like that doesn't happen here.
Senator Murphy, thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Senator Murphy, please go get a fucking brain. How do idiots like this get elected? Please, someone tell me. Ed. Connecticut, step up. Come on. You can do better than that, jackass. Oh, my God. I'm just... absolutely amazed. I didn't see him out there blaming Obama when we were getting attacked. We tried ignoring and kissing the ass of ISIS for 8 years. Well, not 8 years total. When was it, 2012? That, Obama and Hillary's failures created ISIS. I mean, it's... and then to try to point the fingers every which way. Yeah, well... Now the father of the alleged Manchester bomber says his son is innocent. Of course, they always say that. I didn't notice. Has anybody found the Comey's memos yet? Oh, this could be interesting. I'm going to take a look at this during the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying Catherine is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of this senseless. But dumbasses keep pissing me off. All right, let's check this out. Supposedly, Debbie Wasserman-Schultz threatened the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police with consequences for holding equipment that she says belonged to her in order to build a criminal case against a Pakistani staffer suspect of massive cybersecurity breach involving funneling sensitive congressional data off-site.
The Florida lawmaker used her position on the committee that sets the police force budget to press its chief to relinquish the piece of evidence Thursday and what could be considered using her authority to attempt to interfere with a criminal investigation. Surprise, surprise. Looking through. Trying to find a video. Here we go.
Confiscate members' equipment when the member is not under investigation.
In a sense, yes.
No, I mean in a specific sense. If the member loses the equipment, says they lose the equipment,
Yes, ma'am.
and it is found by the Capitol Police, it is supposed to be returned.
If ownership has been established,
Right.
it'll be returned. If it's subject to an ongoing investigation, there are additional things
Okay.
that need to be turned
But
over.
not an ongoing investigation related to the member. If the equipment belongs to the member, it has been lost, they say it's been lost, and it's been identified as that member's, then the Capitol Police is supposed to return it. Correct?
Well, it's not I can't give a yes or no answer on that because I know
It's a
more
simple yes or no
parameters.
answer.
Well,
If you if a member loses the equipment,
Yes, ma'am.
and it is found by the Capitol Police or your staff, and it is identified as that member's equipment, and the member is not associated with any case, and that is their equipment, it is supposed to be returned. Yes or no?
depends on the circumstances. And if the circumstances are...
I don't understand how that's possible. Members' equipment is members' equipment. Under my understanding, the Capitol Police is not able to confiscate members' equipment when the member is not under investigation. It is their equipment, and it's supposed to be returned.
Well, I think there's extenuating circumstances in this case, and I think that working through my counsel and the necessary personnel, if that in fact is the case, and with the permission of through the investigation, then we'll return the equipment. But until that's accomplished, I can't return the equipment.
I think you're violating the rules when you conduct your business that way, and should expect that there would be consequences. I yield back.
Gentlemen, thank you for your...
And the member is not
Listen to this.
associated with any case.
After explaining that
And
the
their
equipment's being held because of an investigation,
Yes or no?
Depends on the circumstances. And if the circumstances...
she
I
says there's
don't
going to be
understand how that's possible.
consequences.
Members' equipment is members' equipment. Under my understanding, the Capitol Police is not able to confiscate members' equipment when the member is not under investigation. It is their equipment, and it's supposed to be returned.
Well, I think there's extenuating circumstances in this case, and I think that working through my counsel and the necessary personnel, if that in fact is the case, and with the permission of through the investigation, then we'll return the equipment. But until that's accomplished, I can't return the equipment.
I think you're violating the rules when you conduct your business that way, and should expect that there would be consequences. I yield back. I yield back.
Gentlemen, thank you for your testimony. Assistant Chief, who let you off easy.
Conduct your business that way, and should expect that there would be consequences. I yield.
Talk about obstructing justice. Democrats are famous for obstructing justice. They did it during the Hillary trials, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz doing it now. One of her IT staffers is alleged in a crime and using those computers in those crimes. I'm floating through. I got some articles to talk about, but I'm seeing some weird shit. This has got to be a joke site. It's claiming that Chuck Schumer will resign his seat as U.S. Senator and Minority Leader this morning after learning... Oh, come on. Some of these sites really... And what's funny is some of these sites that are marked as conservative sites and push this fake news are owned by liberals. And they purposely put this fake information out there so that they can discredit it and look like they're the winner. It's some of these sites, holy shit. Clinton insider leaks. Donald Trump impeached in 6 months. And they have someone in the wings waiting to replace him. Yeah, it's called Pence, if that were to happen. Some of these sites are just... Yeah, some of these people, they need to learn. Difference between, real news and which one of these sites are fake pop-ups. Hannity's doesn't seem like a happy camper. Something's going on at Fox. There was a major meeting. They've dropped the third. It's something big is going on at Fox. Something big. So, one of the articles I wanted to get to, been babbling and going over bullshit. But hey. Where is it? 2017 has seen a terror attack attempt in Europe every 9 days. Every 9 days. It's... They have a graph that shows a lot going back to even 05. 05, 52 people were killed in London. In 2013, 1. 2017, 5. Manchester, 22 killed. Brussels, 2014, 4. 2016, 32. Paris, 2015, 130. 2015, 17. 2017, 1. Nice, 2016, had 86 people killed. And 04, Madrid had 194. Istanbul, 2016, had 12. 2016, 4. 2016, 47. 2017, 39. It's just getting worse. Europe and the United Kingdom and Russia have witnessed terror attacks or attempted attacks every 9 days in 2017 on average, analysts of security incidents has revealed. Since January, around 45 people have been killed by mostly Islamic terrorists, while hundreds have been injured. The only known incident not linked to jihadism in 2017 was the attack on the Borussels soccer team by a Russian-German nationalist attempting to profit from short-selling stock in the company. Attacks and attempted attacks have taken place in Australia, Austria, France, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Italy, Russia, Sweden, Norway, Germany. I got to break away from this for a second. I don't know why, but like sometimes I'll be reading something, take a quick look, like I said Australia, and it's Austria. I have no idea why my brain does that sometimes. Security Service in Britain, population 65 million, are known to be tracking 3,500 potential terror suspects or person posing a threat. Meanwhile, Belgium, with its population of just 12 million, is tracking around 18,000 potential jihadists. A further minimum of 14 terror attacks have occurred in Turkey in 2017, a NATO member country currently being considered for Europe membership. Now, it's January 20th, 2017. Austria, the result foil. Attacker, 18-year-old, was an Australian citizen of a migrant background. He was arrested. February 3rd, 2017. Paris, France, executed. Result, Egyptian national on tourist visa. He was arrested. February 10th, 2017. Paris, France, foiled. 4 arrested, including a 16-year-old girl. March 18th, 2017. Airport in Paris, France. An attempt, a radicalized French-born Muslim of North African origins. March 22nd, 2017. Westminster, London. British Muslim convert. Dead and executed his plot. March 23rd, 2017. In Belgium, attempted. Tunisian national. He was arrested. March 30th, 2017. Venice, Italy. Foiled. 3 adults from Kosovo. April 3rd, 2017. St. Peter's, Russia. They executed a plan. Ethnic Uzbek, born Russian citizens. They are dead. April 7th, 2017. Stockholm, Sweden. They executed their plan. Uzbek. God damn it. What's with all these freaky names? I'm making a joke. Watch, it's going to be something simple. My brain's not working right now. Uzbekistan. All right, so ethnic Uzbek, failed asylum seeker. April 8th, 2017, in Norway, foiled. 17-year-old Russian citizen asylum seeker arrived 2010. Media claim was known to Norwegian security services for having expressed support for ISIS. April 11th, 2017, in Germany, attempt. An Iraqi linked to ISIS arrested, but later found to not be related to the attack on 21st April. A market trader was arrested. April 18th in France. This one was foil plot against at least 2 candidates in the French presidential election. April 20th, 2017, Paris, France again. It was executed. 39-year-old gunman known to intelligence service as an Islamist French national. May 18th, Italy. This was executed. Half Tunisian, half Italian, radicalized, not on a terror watch list, but known to police for criminality. And, of course, we have Manchester on May 22nd. This is modern day, and it doesn't seem as though anything is slowing down or turning for the better in the fight against terrorism. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I just saw, I didn't even notice, that There's supposed to be the hearing with Comey today, and that was canceled, postponed until after Comey talks to special counsel. I think there's a lot more going on the inside than anybody realizes. There's a lot. On the Hill, thehill.com, the majority say mainstream media pushes fake news. I love it. And here it is. The Democrats said they would never do it, and now the Democrat lawmakers call for single-payer health care. It's funny. People see it's coming from a mile away, and nope. So a Bernie Sanders delegate has won District 9 State Assembly special election in a district that was won by Donald Trump. Now the Democrats are screaming for the Republicans to watch out in 2018 midterm election. I don't see how the two add up. That is a local election. And I said it. I feared Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders might have beaten Trump. Bernie does enough of this poor man's act, and he talks about giving away everything free. I'm looking at this, and there's all these Democrats. Every Republican is at risk. Another canary in the coal mine for Republicans. Okay, that's what they want to think. I'm not gonna fight it. Some of these sites, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm reading another article. Supposedly there's FBI and Homeland Security at a Hillary Clinton compound. Oh, boy. Some of these people need some help when they come up with these articles. Because they're not helping. They're not helping anybody. When they publish articles like this. It's never helping. I don't know. All right, let me get back to actually talking about real articles. And these are some supposed conservative sites that I see that I'm questioning as whether they're authentic or not. Because I'm sure if they had FBI and all that at a Hillary compound, you would have the news all over it, even though multiple news outlets have been turned away and told they are obstructing justice. That's a bunch of bullshit. The UK terror threat raised to highest critical rating, and the army is being deployed into the streets. The British government has raised the country's terror threat level to critical, indicating the military may be deployed. Now we know has been deployed. It's... Sorry, I'm trying to do... a little side note. I'll talk about it more tomorrow. Ex-CIA director Brennan refused to say whether Russia holds damaging info on Hillary Clinton. I guess a senator asked that. Someone else was saying that Brennan's testimony confirms no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, but abundant evidence questionable Clinton-Obama-Russian activity. I have been saying that for a while now. I've been pointing that out, that there's more evidence. And they're now confirming the police chief out of Manchester says there is a terror network that was involved in that bombing. Trying to find oh shit, come on. I thought I saved it, but it doesn't look like I did. I thought I changed it right before going on airtime. The changing of the guards has been canceled. Entrances to Parliament have been blocked. Military is now in the streets. And don't exactly blame them. Here it is. Nearly 1,000 soldiers will be deployed in London. The traditional changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace has been canceled for an indefinite period, and the Palace of Westminster has been closed to public following the terror attack in Manchester on Monday. British Home Security Amber Rudd confirmed today that 984 military personnel will be deployed in the UK capital following the raising of the terror threat level from severe to critical on Tuesday night. I have a question. Where's London's mayor that was screaming Muslims are peace and all that crap? We haven't heard one word out of that jackass. Up to 5,000 soldiers could be deployed in total, initially be deployed in London, then across the rest of the country. Soldiers will replace armed police at sites including Buckingham Palace, Downing Street, and the Palace of Westminster as part of Operation Temperer. The deployment has been reportedly made to allow armed police to be sent elsewhere. The changing of the guard ceremony outside the Queen's residence, Buckingham Palace, has been canceled reportedly in response to the need for more police resources. The cancellation has been put into effect for an indefinite period. Wednesday afternoon, the Metropolitan Police confirmed a man was arrested on the Mall near Buckingham Palace with a knife. The man was arrested on suspicion of a possession of an offensive weapon and was taken into custody at a central London police station. The incident is not believed to be terror-related. The Palace of Westminster, which houses the House of Commons and House of Lords, has also been closed to non-pass holders. All tours to the general public have been suspended. The problem with doing all that, there's a fine line of safety. But what this does is the terrorists have won. Everything they hate about the freedoms we have and, United Kingdom has, well, they're stopping them. The terrorists are winning. I understand right now the fear that's going through. I couldn't imagine. It's one thing for the attacks they've done in the past, but to go after children. That is the sick and depraved. I just holy. I can't believe they actually attacked where children would be. Authorities announced that Carnegie Gates, the main entrance to Parliament where P.C. Palmer was stabbed to death, will be closed and pass holders will have to use another entrance to get into work. The Army will also be deployed to guard Parliament. That's the world we're living in. It's how did these people get in? Through refugee programs, through open borders. I understand the the Manchester attacker was born in England. His father wasn't born there. And that's part of the problem. This is where we have to worry about ISIS fighters posing as refugees. This is why people fought for Trump. It's a scary time. I mean, I don't have the words for it. You worry about your kids. Ariana Grande, whatever. It's reporting that she is offering to pay for the funerals of those killed in the bombing at her concert. Someone wrote, she said stupid things, she's done stupid things, but this right here is a step. It seems she feels responsible somehow for the bombing, and I'm sure she does, the guilt that's going to be with her. But this is a good it's a nice gesture of her. I'm just... It's scary. It's... Well, the best I can say right now is you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. It is a sad day anymore. We seem to report on these attacks too often. It's scary. Sorry, I was reading something. Not related to news at the same time, so I apologize. I'm a big EverQuest fan. I've played that for years. I think since like 2003 I've been playing it. And they have a new server coming out that's locked, so that would be the old school server. And yeah, it goes live today at 5 o'clock. So I was looking at it, and I kind of can't wait till I can get on it. It is something I want to do to get away from the reality of life. Sometimes it's fun. So, let's see, where are we? Prime Minister May, the British Prime Minister May, another attack may be imminent. Yesterday, she said during the investigation into Monday's Manchester terror attack, the government has concluded another attack may be imminent. She added that was cause for the terrorism threat level to be raised to critical. May said, I said that the Joint Terrorism Analyst System, the independent organization responsible for setting the threat level on the basis of the intelligence available, was keeping the threat level under constant review. It's now concluded on the basis of today's investigation that the threat level should be increased for the first time, being from severe to critical. This means that their assessment is not only that an attack remains highly likely, but that a further attack may be imminent. It's not exactly ISIS style, because they know you're expecting it. So they give you the opinion or the idea that they're going to attack again. And they never do. Their idea is to put fear, as much fear, and that's part of the fear. It's not how we should be living life, because this group of people have a sick and demented. Oh Lord! All right, I gotta play this. Seems like Nancy Pelosi really spaces out. Nancy Pelosi appears to confuse the National Rifle Association with the National Security Agency during remarks Tuesday at the Peter G. Peterson Foundation. While being interviewed by CNN's Dana Bash, Pelosi discussed the ongoing investigation, whether there was collusion between Donald Trump's campaign and Russia, and whether that he may have obstructed. To have the president say if he did to the director of the FBI or the DIN or the NRA person that, all right, we got to listen to this. Come on, please tell me your video. Yep. Let's listen in.
Talk about Russia's undermining our elections. They did it. It's not even a question. They hacked, they leaked, they disrupted. The question is, was there collusion between the campaign and next? You can't know until you have the full-fledged.
Can I just ask one?
And to have a president say to the, if he did, to the director of the FBI or the DNI, the director of national intelligence, or the NRA person that they should not go forward. It raises questions that need to be answered in a facts and law way and not hearsay.
Before we...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to let that just speak for itself. Now, the social media is always good for a laugh, but after the Manchester suicide bombing, it's kind of predictable how they would go. And this writer put it, and he predicted, this morning I woke to learn that 22 people had been killed and upward of 50 injured by a Muslim terrorist bomber at an Ariana Grande pop concert in Manchester, England. So, based on the past events, I thought I'd predict how it would pan out on social media. One, be offended by something KT Hopkins or T. Robinson New Era said on Twitter. Candles will stay strong. And 3, pretend it never happened. And he really didn't have to wait long for the first part of the prediction to come true. Immediately, you started seeing block Katie Hopkins, block Tommy Robinson, block Prison Planet, deactivate Twitter if you have to. You don't have to engage with this today. Is Katie Hopkins a paid ISIS propagandist, do you reckon? Or does she just do it as a hobby? 22 dead, numbers rising. Don't you dare. Don't be a part of the problem. We need a true solution. Yeah, ignoring it is really helping. KT Hopkins, surely social services need to rescue the psychologically at-risk child of vile Nazi Katie Hopkins. Tommy Robinson's, Kate Hopkins, Nick Griffin, and company all abused the heartbreaking atrocity of last night as a PR stunt. Utter parasites. All right, Katie Hopkins trending, The Sun trending, Tommy Robinson trending, the fucking ghouls are out, profiting from misery. The white community really needs to do more to rout out fundamentalists like that apprentice woman, Tommy Robinson, and UK IP racists. Let's pause to consider what's going on here. Right now in the morgue or Manchester Hospital are the dismembered remains of beautiful children like 16-year-old Georgina. Pointing out what's really happening is now somehow racist. It's somehow Islamophobia. They think that if we stick our head in our sands, and we tried it for 8 years, if we ignore, if we don't talk mean to them, if we don't say nothing to them, they'll go away. But understand that these kids, we're looking forward to seeing Ariana Grande with their friends or their moms and dads and brothers and sisters. They're so happy as they headed for their homes afterwards, but some of them never made it. A Muslim suicide bomber killed them in the belief that his religion ordained it, that it would be speed his journey to paradise, and that this was the kind of thing he and his brethren should carry on doing until the whole world submits to Islam. This is not white people talking. This is not alt-right. This is not conservatives. This is the perpetrators. The millions of perpetrators, this is what they say and believe. Now, you'll note that at no stage was Katie Hopkins, or indeed any other spokesman for conservative causes, involved in the planning or execution of this atrocity. You'll also be well aware, if you read around the subject, that nothing Katie Hopkins or anyone else says or does is going to stop these things happening. As Islamic State, the main force behind this wave of violence, makes perfectly clear in their literature, they're going to keep on hating us whatever we do. The fact is, even if you were to stop bombing them, imprisoning them, torturing them, vilifying them, usurping their lands, they would continue to hate you because their primary reason for hating you will not cease to exist until you embrace Islam. Even if you pay, their blackmail fees and live underneath the authority of Islam and humiliation, they will continue to hate us. No doubt, they would stop fighting you then as we would stop fighting any disbeliever who entered into covenant with them. But we would not stop hating. They would not stop hating. They believe that they're indeed a rhyme to their terrorism, warfare, ruthlessness, and brutality. They're sick, they're demented, and they will keep going. The only way to win is annihilation of that sect. Not all Islam, that sect of Islam. We have to hit them so hard, and I've said it before, so hard, so vicious. Their kids will fear stepping up in that way ever again. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. I want everybody to have a great day and be safe. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.